Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolfpack Wednesday number 10. We've never missed a single Wolfpack Wednesday for 10 weeks. That's wild, people. It's wild. But today I wanted to stop in and teach you something really quick. I realized this when I've been filming a couple reels that you might have seen on my channel or my Instagram if you follow me there. But when you take out a board game, how do you organize the components that way the B-roll looks smooth, clean, and professional? I'm going to show you 3 rules that I abide by for every single game that I end up filming. Number 1 is the rule of overlap or contact. So when you use tokens, when you're introducing tokens in a lot of your games, one way to keep everything in sync is to actually overlap them. Now you'll see here these honor tokens from Night of the Ninja, the game I'm talking about right now. The stars from here are obviously a very random and unique shape to other components. Usually we have like circle tokens or square tokens, but either way, it looks funky if you kind of just put this in a straight line. So one way that I like to organize the components when they're obscure like this, or just any components in general, is to make sure that they always overlap. That way they're in sync, they're in uniform, and it also aligns with the symmetry of my overall layout. So I have here cards, and then what accents those cards are these star honor tokens. Those honor tokens too, I also introduced a lot of different variations of numbers. They're also right side up. And notice here how when they're overlapping, there's like a uniformness. It ties in all the components together versus putting them individually off to the board and leaving a lot of negative space when you have little tokens like that. So rule number 1, the rule of overlap. Rule number 2, and that is I would say the rule of symmetry. Now you don't always have to follow this one, but this is something that I do a ton of the time. And it especially works really well with cards. So with cards, you'll notice here I have a row of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A row of 6 cards by 3, 4, 5 cards. Usually I always lean towards odd numbers if I can, but of course if the game's gonna have 6 cards, I'm not gonna take the last one out. It's weird. What I'm doing, aside from spilling my OCD out, is that I'm organizing them by number, because some of them also have unique artwork. Like for instance, here you'll notice how the trickster cards, the red ones, all have a very different distinguishing artwork versus the other ones that have a symmetrical or the same artwork. So because of that, you really want to show off all the artwork in the game. And one way you can do that succinctly is by organizing them and categorizing them by number. Usually cards will have some kind of number or some form of organization to them. So in this case, I did them by priority system because in the game itself, in Night of Ninja, priority does matter. So I have them from 1 through 6, super simple. And then I have them in a beautiful array showing off all the colors and unique artwork for at least the tricksters and for everything else following that. And then at the very bottom, there are obviously 3 cards that are kind of random. You could put them in an order too, but I also, again, follow the rule of overlap here. And since all of the blue artwork is the same, all of the Shinobi cards are the same, then I of course want to show off the React cards a little more by fanning them out in a fan of 3. So overall, rule of symmetry, put cards in nice organized rows if you can. And then on the sides, the symmetry part here comes in the placement of the stars. So I have a row of overlapping stars on the right, and then I have an even number of the ninja stands on opposite sides. One is showing the front side, the ninja itself, the purple ninja, and the other side is showing the player phases. So that way you can show both sides of the display. Combining those 2 rules again, I have a fan of the clan cards here, the Lotus clan, the Crane clan, and the Ronin on the bottom, following the same exact things that I've been talking about for this video. And the final tip / rule that I have for you today is how do you tie all of this in together, and we'll keep that super simple, and that is placement of the box. So I've seen box placements over here, which is totally fine, because if you want to do like a thumbnail and you want to have some empty text on this side, then this could be one particular frame. But for me, I usually like having the box right in the center. And of course, depending on the box and the components, usually I will have the box tilted towards the light. That way the light has a nice reflection. Sometimes you do have to be careful though, and you might have to put like a blanket or something on this side if the lighting's too harsh, because then this right here would be overexposed. So you definitely want to watch your overexposing, your settings for exposure in camera and your lighting overall. But other times you can also put them flat way or like this. It's a little stale for me. I usually always like angling the box, so I usually always angle the box towards the light. And that's it. Those are my 3 tips that I have for you today. I hope you found that helpful in some way. Let's go ahead and level up your board game component organization for your next filming. Hope you found the video insightful as always. If you made it here to the very end, comment ninja, because that's what we're gonna do in the next video. We're just gonna ninja the way out and assassinate bad video filmmaking skills and bring in the new ones. Humor me. That's all you got to do. All right, everyone. Check it out here. I'll see you on the next one.